In case you guys didn't know, I actually play a lot of team play. Since it came out in Madden 11, I've probably played more team play games than I've played head-to-head games, and I never understood why more people don't play team play. So the reason I'm going to do a commentary for this particular video is because I want you guys to try out team play. If you haven't played it yet and you're watching this video, go ahead and give it a look because it is crazy fun. I mean, you get to run your own routes as a receiver, as a running back. As teammates, you can come up with crazy blitzes, like 8 or 9, 10 step, blitzes that you could never do in a head-to-head game. But with two people setting up, different things, as long as you're any on defense, you can do a lot of crazy stuff, and it's really, really fun. So instead of doing a traditional commentary video, I'm just going to let you guys know that our community name is Road to the Top 100. We started it about a month and a half ago. Wanted to see if we can beat our record of last year. We finished 42nd in the top 100, and we've already bettered that so far. We got a really good scheme this year, and we're playing a top 100 team in this particular game right here, but we absolutely kill them and make them quit. And I just wanted to show this game while I tell you guys a story. So basically, when I was a kid, I had this cousin, and his dad was a painter. And he used to get jobs all over the city and stuff like that. And one time he got this job at a restaurant. It was called the Carousel. And we went there, and we were hanging out, just kind of helping out a little bit. But we loved it because the guy that owned the place said, hey, you guys can have as much pop as you want and all this kind of stuff. And, we're like, I don't know, we were like 15, 16 years old, so we thought that was awesome. And so we're in the back, right? We're getting drinks and stuff like that. And my cousin goes, hey, man, check this out. And there's like all these big freezers just filled with like all these types of goodies, like cakes and pies and all this kind of stuff. But, obviously we couldn't have a bite of those things because it would be pretty obvious and, his dad would get in trouble. So there was two big containers, like big white buckets almost. And my cousin goes, hey, man, fuck, this is crazy. Rice pudding. He's like, I can have some of this, and they're never going to know because it was just filled with all this stuff. It was like rice pudding with all these like chunks of raisins and all this different stuff in it. So he gets like this big ladle spoon. He takes it off, and there was only plastic wrap over the top of it. So he grabs it, takes the plastic wrap off of the thing, gets this big ladle spoon, and shoves a whole big thing into his mouth. And he starts chewing it. And he's like all excited. He's like, oh man, I got this rice pudding for free and everything. And about 3 seconds after he starts eating it, he's like, fuck dude, it's fucking grease. And he starts spitting it out, and he goes out to the dumpster in the back. He's like, spitting this. He took this whole big chunk of grease that he thought was rice pudding, and he thought that the raisins, what the raisins ended up being, were little chunks of like leftover beef and stuff from the frying pan. And this dude was like eating crackers trying to get rid of the taste, and I swear to God, it was the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life. This dude thinks he's taken a big chunk of rice pudding, and he ends up getting a whole mouthful of grease.